All right, I got asked what would I change about Ryu in Marvel vs. Capcom 3? And I wasn't going to respond, but then when I looked at the comments, because I was tagged in a thread, I saw a bunch of crap about, oh, give Ryu off the ground stuff. Oh, give him an air dash. Make this juggle, make this combo. And it was just like, oh my God, like, why does everybody want every character to have every option? It's terrible. So I feel compelled to respond now, even though normally I would be like, I don't really play Marvel games, but I'll give you my opinion. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share, support the channel if you can. I appreciate it. Thanks, super chat, PayPal, Patreon, whatever. So what would I change about Ryu? Well, let's look at some things again. First of all, no, I don't think Ryu should have an air dash. No, I don't think Ryu should be able to off the ground, all that kind of stuff, right? But some stuff that sticks out to me that are like obvious brain farts kind of things, right? I think there should be a bigger discrepancy in the speed of his fireballs. So slow fireball should be slower, fast fireball should be faster. Like that should actually be a combo, right? So bigger discrepancy in the speed of his fireballs, I think, right? I think the Dragon Punch assist, it's not frame one invincible, which never makes sense to me. Why would you have your anti-air assist that is supposed to be invincible? It's not actually frame one invincible. That is stupid to me. What would I do for, I would say, actually before I go to this, because I do have perhaps a couple of interesting ideas. His overhead, they changed it in this version that you can do the launcher off it or you can do a special. I would just say, have him be able to link off of it, like Super Turbo. Boom, link. Why not? Why not? Maybe I can go back and forth, have that. Another thing is to fix some of these moves, because some of these moves are just kind of silly. Like this move, I think this move could use a couple better frames of recovery. Like, when you do this, you can actually, oh shit, what am I doing? You can get a link, right? But I would say just even without the dungeon mode, you should be able to do that. So then with dungeon mode up close, I think that move deserves a better couple frames of recovery. You should probably fix that move a little bit, right? One move specifically that needs a lot of work. I think this move is retarded as hell. I hate how it looks aesthetically, that it's invisible. I don't know why you couldn't just make this his, Denjin Hadoken or whatever. Just make him charge up some lightning and then he shoots a Denjin Hadoken. But how would I fix this move? Here's my idea, how to make this move more interesting. So when you're charging it up, you hold down the button, right? Well, it only fires, only quotation marks, if you keep holding down the button the entire time. But if I charge, let go, Ryu would not actually throw the fireball, right? So think of it, say when Strider does something like this. So say if I were to be like, or wait, what's the button? I already forgot what Strider moves are. Boom, like that, right? But it'd probably be like, twice as much time as that, right? But then you have this option where how like Strider is this little Ouroboros thing, or what they call it. It's called a satellite, right? Flying around him. Ryu, you charge up this, let go, so he doesn't shoot it out. Then Ryu, let's say he's electrified. Street Fighter 2 anime movie, you see some lightning flying around him. But now the next time he does that motion, instantly it shoots the big Denjin Hadoken that does huge life, right? That's what I would do. So you could do some like weird strings. Oh, I'm charging up. Oh, I let go. Boom, boom. Some more taps or something. Oh, hey. Ooh, charge up. Oh, I let it go. Early. Low. Overhead. Something like that. Oh, it's already charged up. Now I don't have to do a thrust kick and combo. Now I can do Denjin Hadoken because it does more life. I think that would be something a little bit more interesting, right? You could also say something like, when you're doing it like this, if you start to hold down the button, he starts to do that, right? He starts to hold it or whatever. Also for this move, you could say maybe he can, as long as you haven't done the final hit, the 5 hits of the rapid fireball, boom, 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 boom. If I do a dragon punch, I can do the Hado Shoryuken, right? Because, oh, hey, I'm doing this. Oh, the guy jumps at me. Oh, hey, I canceled it early into this. Or, oh, boo, 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 boo. Oh, I start to hold down the button. Now I'm charging this up. Oh, I dash out of it. You know what I mean? Now it's charged up. Now I got a big fireball. And give it good projectile priority, because there's like projectile priority in this game. So that would be something weird I would give him, right? Again, I think the move just looks lame. I don't know why it has to be a invisible fireball in the first place. I would just make it a Denjin Hadoken, but whatever. Also for Denjin mode, I do think it's dumb that he takes life. So either make it so he doesn't take life, or make the thing last a couple other seconds or something like that. Also, when you're in Denjin mode, a weird idea, maybe not weird, I think his fireballs should actually have better durability. Something you could also do that might be kind of fun if you think about Street Fighter Alpha 1 and Street Fighter Alpha 2. When Ryu does a fireball, a hard punch fireball, it starts off as red up close. So maybe in Denjin mode, maybe if you do a hard punch fireball up close, it's a red fireball. Or it could just be a Denjin Hadouken. And if the guy is grounded, it pops him up in the air so then you can, do a combo, right? Without doing a hurricane kick, like in Denjin mode. That might be kind of fun, I think, right? I also think it's stupid that just looping a couple super hurricane kicks does more than a Shin Shoryuken, right? I also don't think the Shin Shoryuken should be taking away your meter while you're in Denjin mode, right? So I would fix that move, fix the Super Dragon Punch, make it so when you do the level 3 in Denjin mode, the meter freezes. And instead of doing 380 damage, because again, it doesn't do any more damage when you're in the Denjin mode, which I think is absolutely retarded, right? So when you're in Denjin mode, make it so the move does 500 damage now, and it freezes the clock. There's no reason for it to take almost the entire time off the clock and it does the same damage. That's retarded. So either make it freezes the time and it does 500, or maybe it doesn't freeze the time or something like that, but it does 600 or something. There's got to be a reason to actually theoretically go for it instead of just like combo video shit, right? So freezes the time 500 or 600. Maybe the 600 one you don't get the juggle off of. I don't know, but the move, I'll just say it freezes time and does 500, something like that instead of 380, because that's stupid to me. Obviously, the Denjin Hadouken in this mode is retarded. Fix it. You don't even get the downward one for off the ground. Fix that. That's obnoxiously dumb. Again, that's another brain fart kind of thing. Again, I know people want him to have OTGs. I don't think every character needs to have an OTG. I guess if I had to say or something like that, if you absolutely had to give Ryu one, maybe say something when you're in Denjin mode then. When you're in Denjin mode and you do this, well, he does kind of scrape the ground with his fist. So give him a very obscure off the ground that he doesn't really get anything off of. But he can just tack on a little bit of extra damage. Again, imagine I'm in Denjin mode or something like that, but scraped you off the ground, popped him in the air or something like that. I guess if you had to give him off the ground. But again, not every character needs every option. So again, and I think it's terrible listening to people, oh, give him a air dash, all this kind of stuff. No, please just stop, right? So slow fireball needs to be slower. Hard punch fireball needs faster. Bigger discrepancy in the speeds. When you're in Denjin mode, make the fireballs have better durability. Maybe in Denjin mode, when you're up close and you're the first few frames of the hard punch fireball, acts like the Alpha 1, Alpha 2 fireball where it knocks them in the air. Give him something like this. Ooh, I charged it up. I let it go. So now, I got this Denjin Hadouken stocked whenever I want to land. Oh, boom, I just shot it instantly. I don't have to waste thrust kick. And it does, instead of 100, does 150 or something like that. And say it's like safe on block. So, hey, I wasted it on block just like I'm Strider or something like that. Oh, hey, they blocked it and I get the advantage or something like that. And I can dash after it because it's instant recovery fireball or some shit like that. Oh, you could get weird mix-ups. Oh, I'm jumping in the guy. Oh, I let go. Oh, I do a overhead or a low, blah, blah. Something weird like that. He's already got, hurricane kick shenanigans, right? So the opponent is on their toes. Oh, I'm shooting this fireball. Couple more frames, better recovery. Also, if I haven't shot up 5 fireballs, I start to charge during it, and then I let it go. Oh, guy jumped at me, I air through him, or I come back down. Or, while you're doing this, I can cancel from none to last into this Shoryuken, Shin Shoryuken. Should do more life, especially in Denjin mode. Make it not freeze the time meter, something like that. Denjin mode doesn't take away life, or at least lasts a couple more seconds if it's going to take away his life. That's obnoxious, I think. But But a lot of other stuff I see people saying, it just sounds stupid. Stop making every character the same. It's boring. Oh, give them more combos, more combos, more combos. You know, I've said this so many times when I do these game theory videos. I only do combos because I can do them, right? I think it's so boring whenever you see people, oh, hey, look, it's the Mugen version or where they made of Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3. What did we do to the characters? Oh, we gave them all new combos, more combos, this combos now, this combos. Wow. No wonder you guys can't keep up with me in games, dude. Like, you're so, like I said, the thin intellectual term. All you guys think about is combos. It's like, dude, like, broaden your perspective. Not every character needs to be the same, dude. Anyway. If you like the videos, like, subscribe, comment, share, support the channel if you want. Appreciate it. Thanks. Did I say better durability on the Fireball in Dungeon mode? I forget. Anyway. Yeah, the end.